Looky, looky. Kobe sees a cookie. Uh,
So I don't know how to reply to that.
oh man, I love when David Spade plays villains. He's so good at it.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, guys? My name is Barry,
This is Colby.
and this is Who Watches This. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the second week of Wayans Brothers Month.
Right. What did we call it last time? With the
I don't remember. No, I don't know.
the Wayne Dynasty.
Oh yeah, the Wayne Dynasty. And if you didn't get which movie we're talking about this week from a name drop, well, you should know your movies better. Now, Kobe, like before we introduce the movie for the week, have you seen this movie?
I have not seen this movie.
Oh,
And from the name drop, like it blew me away. It was like David Spade is in a Wayans Brothers movie. Like I don't remember that.
oh my gosh! I like when I was growing up, this got heavily rented at my house. I don't know why I like this movie so much. I think it's because Marlon was my favorite at the time. It's still probably one of my favorite Wayans brothers till today, just because he's been able to widen his acting range. But
Definitely.
now, if you don't get which movie it is from which Wayans brothers it is, well, then let's just go ahead and go to our first section. Not High Starless.
We're mixing it up this week.
Mr. Movie Trailer.
Daryl is financially struggling student at an Ivy League school, going from job to job trying to make ends meet, until he sees a posting for an experimental drug, listing for big bucks. Will he be able to turn it all around? Let's find out in 1998's Senseless.
Oh, so actually, this movie is kind of heavy on a lot of recognizable actors, right?
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the one like his roommate. I like. How is that not top billing? Like, how is he not? He seems to have a bigger part than David Spade in this.
Well, he's like supporting cast. He's not like antagonist. But oh my gosh, like I think I've said this before, but like I totally forgot that Matthew Lillard and Marlon Wayans were in a movie together. But
Yeah,
Christ, just think about the damage those two could have done in today's world. Like people, like I mean, gosh, women my age are already like, oh, they're still both so fine. just,
yeah.
they would have been huge influencers. But we also have David Spade as one of the main antagonist. We have God, what's her name? Tamara from Bones.
Yeah. Tamara Taylor.
Tamara Taylor from Bones. We have God, who's the guy that plays her dad in this movie?
Rip Torn.
Rip Torn. Was he in a Men in Black movie?
He was. Yes, he was the lead of the
Men in
Black
Black
office. Yeah.
But he's also like in a bunch of things, always as like supporting cast. And yeah, just a lot of recognizable faces, right?
The scientist is Brad Dourif, and he is like anybody who watched like horror movies. He's always like a creepy guy. He's played a number of parts in like Star Trek series.
I mean, he's a creepy guy in here. This just like in between times. It's like one of his like failed experiments. Like the ones that, well, actually successful experiments. The one that didn't turn into like horrific outcomes.
That's true. You're right. It was only bad because it was abused.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and start talking about this movie. This movie opens up into a tour of a college in this world. I'm thinking this is a goof on Stanford University because this place is called Stratford University. And we get introduced to Daryl Witherspoon, who I feel like was a shout out to John Witherspoon, his TV father from the Wayans Brothers show.
Would make sense.
And this tour guide is rushing. He's like, what's going on, everybody? Oh, sorry I'm late. But we are going to do a super speedy tour because I have another tour group in an hour. So out of the gate, you kind of like feel like Daryl's character is, he's paying for his college.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Right, because he even gets like a delivery and then has to it has to make a delivery in the middle of the tour. So he's like all these little odd jobs.
I mean, he's showing all of these students like, hey, if you don't have a scholarship or rich parents, this is where you're going to be, right?
Yep.
Giving out tours, delivering packages as like on-campus mailroom. Also, showing the mess hall, which he's like, I also work here. He even has them picking up garbage for him. Just to be able to try to shave off as much money as he can from his tuition, right? Because even though it's 1998, it is still an Ivy League school. Right. It's expensive. And then, like, as they're rushing to go back towards like the start of the tour, his new tour group is already there, and they're looking at his previous tour group, and they're all out of breath, like. So Daryl Withers.
But anybody who's done a college tour, those are long and boring, and I think I would have rather it been the hour version instead of the 4-hour version that I've
let's
taken.
run through this. Exactly, right? I mean, like, some people really like to like take it all in. Like
right.
in their in their head, they're trying to imagine themselves like walking through this campus for the next 3 to 4 years.
True. Especially if you live on campus or close to campus.
Yeah. And you're spending most of your time there in those 4 years anyway. But yeah. And so, he gets home, he's like dead tired, but he gets a call from his mom, and she's like, "Hey baby, how you doing?" And he's like, you can tell he's like the head of his household as well.
Right, yeah.
Right? He's the oldest brother, he's the oldest sibling, and his mom, she's trying her best.
Right, single mom.
And she's so proud of
raising
Daryl.
all the brothers and sisters. Yeah.
And also, like, by the way, like his little brothers and like at least his little brothers are 2 recognizable child actors as well.
Yeah.
But she's like kind of tiptoeing around it, but she's like, "Do you think you have some money to spare? Because I'm behind on the electricity." And, I know, like, it's hard for me to, she's like, she's leaning on him, but she's not leaning on him hard.
Right.
But he also, he's feeling like, hey, no, I have to, like, he's like telling his mom, he's like, I'm trying to get this job at this place, and it's going to be so good, $60,000 a year, and we're going to be so, like, well off.
And at that time, 60,000 was a very nice salary.
In 1998, let's go ahead and look up that salary, because he's trying to be a junior analyst at a New York spot.
Yeah.
In today, let's look it up. Yeah, so you're looking at about 120K a year.
Right. Yeah.
You know, in today's market. And so yeah, but like, he's like telling his mom, it's cool, I got it, I'll make it work somehow. And like he's typing it into his little spreadsheet. And then the next day we see him donating wherever he can.
Right. And if anybody knows has ever donated blood, you're only allowed to do it like once a week, or I guess you're allowed to do it like once a month.
Yeah.
Or if you do like the plasma where they like return it to you. And I don't even know if they did that back then, but yeah.
That one's like once a week. Yeah. Or once or twice a week, right?
Yeah. But you're not allowed to do it very often because your body has to remake what gets taken out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he goes in for like 4 times.
Yeah, right.
And
he comes in with a different personality each time. Is like to pretend he's. Now they check your ID. They do a whole like background check on you.
Medical checkup before they do all that stuff. But he even goes to like donate sperm. Who, like, by the way, is the person he's donating to is the mom from That 70s Show.
Yep.
And he like fills up 4 cups. And he said, I can go for 1 more. I was like, oh man, this kid is he's in his mind, he's just like, he can only really do this while he's young.
Right. Yeah.
He can only stretch himself out this much because he's young. If you try to do this in your 30s, guy, you're going to get sick so bad. Oh man. And then he ends up going, he's back at school, he's working in the lunchroom, and this is where we get introduced to David Spade, who is very threatened by Daryl.
Right. Yeah.
Because go ahead.
Yeah, he's like the rich like son of a banker,
like a major bank.
And that's what they're all like in finance. Mm-hmm. And he's like, kind of like the I should just get the job because my dad runs the bank. Because there's one junior analyst position awarded every year. And so there's a, everybody's competing for that one position.
Exactly. And he feels very threatened by Daryl. Right.
Because Daryl is the super go-getter. He's from the streets, but he's like,
he's hungry.
You anything I can do just to, make myself a little bit better so that I have a better chance at this job so I can impress my mom.
Well, not impressed, but take care of my family,
Yep. So I can make my mom proud.
And then we get introduced to Tamara Taylor, who plays Janice. And, I feel like there's not a lot of black people in this school. And so, 1998 Marlon is prime. That's like prime time Marlon right there.
Yeah.
And he makes her chuckle a little bit. They flirt a little bit. He makes her chuckle, and she like kind of leaves. But he puts that in the bank. He's like, "I'm gonna come back for you later." For sure. And so Daryl's like, he's trying to do all these extracurriculars, right? Because he needs it for this junior analyst position. So he's trying to go for the frat, which the frat is ran by David Spade.
Of course, right, the president.
But during this whole frat party, there's this girl dancing, and he's just so mesmerized by all the movement that's happening. But she's kind of she seems like a gold digger.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's looking she's like, I'm here and
I'm trying to
who's
find
going to be rich.
Yeah. Exactly. But he runs into Janice again. They flirt a little bit again. It's kind of going good. He has sort of that he has that hunger about him.
Yeah.
That she's like, I know you're not rich, but I kind of admire how hard you're trying for this.
Right.
And I like that because I feel like you'll be humble about stuff, right? But he gets super embarrassed by David Spade. Because David Spade is like, you're trying to rush as a senior? That's kind of embarrassing, dude. You're so cool. You're from the streets. You know, you're not like us. You know, you're not like captain of the wrestling team or student council president over here. I don't even think he's ever said an Ebonics word. And like
What they said, they're like you're MTV's Yo MTV Raps, and we're VH1's James Taylor.
Oh,
you're just cooler than us. You don't really fit here.
Oh man, like, you know, like Marlon Wayans, he like gets up, he's like, hey, come on, man, like, you know, I need this, like,
yep.
And he's like, sorry, Daryl. Boo, everybody, boo Daryl, boo Daryl. in front of his love, you know, in front of the girl that he likes. And so he goes home and he talks to his roommate, played by Matthew Lillard, who is a Canadian in this movie, and he's like, hey Daryl, the landlord came by for the rent for your half.
Right. And Matthew Lillard is Tim LaFleur.
Yeah, Tim LaFleur.
He's going to school on a full hockey scholarship.
Yeah, because Daryl tries to make him feel guilty, but he's like, you can't make me feel guilty, man. I'm here on scholarship. All right, you know, I'm not one of these rich kids that, like, you know, that you try to get out. I'm a hockey player. Right, he's like that super, like, I feel like both of these characters, Daryl and Tim, are like people that you've known, like, in college.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, you knew the dude that's like a super go-getter, like, yeah, he's going somewhere. And then you also knew Tim, who's like, I'm trying to find my identity outside of like what I'm going to school for. Right. Yeah. Because he's primarily a hockey player, but he talks to Daryl. He's like, oh yeah, this X, it's for my abstinence, bro. You mean no drinking, smoking, no sex, not even jerking off, dog. And Daryl's like, dude, you're something every semester. He's like, I'm just trying to like trying to zen myself, you know, trying to, you know, be this. He's like, all right, man, whatever. What the fuck ever. But then, like, you also find out that Daryl's in the fucking hockey team.
Right. And he's there just so that he could put it on his resume, and he's mostly just kind of like the water boy.
Yeah, the equipment manager.
But he's like, you gotta put me in it, like, gotta let me play a little bit so that way I can, like, say that I've been in games.
Yeah. And they try, and he's the goalie, and, you know, it's like, it's always funny. I love there's always an analogy they have for Eminem. Eminem is the black hockey player in hip hop. And it's funny to see this. Marlon is the black hockey player. He's the goalie, and they're doing goalie drills. He's not getting any of them.
Right. Yeah.
He's getting absolutely
the ones
zero.
that he blocks are because it bounces off his helmet or something.
Yeah. Zero skill, right? And so, he's just so shit out of luck, you know. And he's kind of moping around. What's it called? He's moping around. He fails. Oh no, he didn't fail his test yet. But like he sees Tim. They kind of talk a little bit while he's doing some campus cleaning, and then he sees an ad for a what's it called? For an experimental drug.
Yeah.
But at this point, Daryl is dead tired. He's like falling asleep during the whole like rundown of the possible side effects of this, and as this woman is going through the side effects, the rest of the experiment group is like leaving little by little. Right.
The burning anus, watery eyes, tiredness, diarrhea, nausea, and then everybody's like, doot, 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 doot.
Yeah,
like. And he's half asleep, so he doesn't realize.
And she's like, okay, I guess you're... did you hear that? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, itchy ass. I can do this. How much does it pay?
So he sees a scientist who is the scientist that he tried to deliver a package to earlier, which earlier when he went into his office before, he saw a glowing rat.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, can you please leave? Now he's like talking to him. He's like explaining the rundown of the experimental drug. He's like, this is a drug to like enhance the human senses. Just make sure that you take this much. Do it when your serotonin levels are low, so before you go to sleep, and only do one dose. And at this whole time, I was like, how much does it pay? And he's like, well, I guess since you're the only one that stayed, it's gonna pay $3,000. He's like, $3,000. Oh my god! For like, yeah, he starts like naming, or he's like starts listing random things that he could do to him for $3,000.
I'll be a bowler boy for 3,000.
Just over the top, like super Marlon Wayans fashion, just all over the place with this whole like it's like getting a little sus, as the kids would say. But he's like, okay, all right, I'll do it, And so when he gets home, another bad day, because what's it called? Yeah, he just has another bad day. I forgot how it goes. But when he gets home, he's like, he sees the drugs in his pack, and he's like, oh yeah, I gotta take this.
Yeah.
So he ends up taking it. When he wakes up, though, he's just like his vision is a little bit cloudy, and like it's like when Superman first gets his powers. And he has zero clue how to control any of his senses.
Right. Everything's so loud. Everything is so bright.
He can taste the air.
Right. The stinky guy from 3 rows behind him in class is just making him gag.
Yeah, and he's not able to pass this class or like pass this test. Like, like David Spade is like, hey, can you calm down? And he calls him some derogatory, like thin line racist comments. And he like freaks out. He's like, oh my God, everybody shut the fuck up. We all know you rich. Please put that diamond necklace away. Fix that watch.
Oh, right, because the sun keeps hitting the diamond necklace and like shining in his eye.
Oh man, so he starts itching so badly. So he goes back to the professor. He's like, yo, you made me fail my test. This drug that you gave me made me fail my test. It's so bad. He's like, you have to learn how to control it, Daryl. You're being overwhelmed by your senses because this drug is opening new neural pathways in your brain. So you have to concentrate to simmer it all down. So when he gets back to his house, it's still really overwhelming. His roommate comes in and he's like desensitized himself to everything. He like plugs up his nose. He puts like stuffing in his mouth. He has like an eye mask on and some earplugs. It looks like he's about to get mummified. And Tim is like, all right, this is weird. I'll see you later. But he goes like by the window. He takes everything out, goes by the window, and finally is able to kind of hone in all of his overwhelming senses. And the first thing he does is he magnifies into a girl's booty. He's like, dang.
Yeah, he's like, okay, regular vision, super vision. It kind of zooms in right on her butt.
Yeah. And like in Marlon Wayans fashion, he's like miming, like holding this girl's butt and licking the crack. And you know what? Like when he finally is able to hone it all in, he's having a ball. He's able to, like, what's it called? So he already bombed the test, which got him out of the running for junior analysts.
Right, because they're supposed to be a top 5 that were gonna go do like this final interview.
So like when they're doing like what's it called, like a little celebratory dinner for the like top 5, he's actually working in that restaurant. And he starts butting into the conversation. He's cutting off David Spade's character because he's listening in from a distance, and it seems like it makes him seem super insightful, right?
Right, right. If nothing else, he's hearing the questions that are being asked, and he's got a little bit of time to like think and formulate an answer before he gets over there.
Yeah.
Where David Spade is kind of like, I got,
He's
I don't
stumbling.
know. Yeah.
And he even like he grabs one of the papers with all the stock information and he sets it up to where he could see it. And so he's like, "Oh, let's all play a game. Let me see if I can impress you guys, right?" And they start naming off random stocks and he's telling them where they are on the stock trading like thing. They're like, "Oh my god, this guy's fucking amazing."
Yep. Wow. You've memorized like all the stock ticker symbols and daily prices.
And David Spade is pissed. And they like he's like, you know, what's it called? What's that guy's name? The guy from Men in Black?
Here he was Randall.
Yeah, Randall's like so impressed that he's talking to one of his partners and he's like, "Well, you know, usually we only have 5, but this is so impressive. I think we make a special exception."
Yeah.
And David Spade is so fucking pissed. He's so mad. And so like he's like, "Oh, are you a Kappa man?" He's like, "Oh no," like so like he decides to go to like the fraternity again because he knows that Stanford and Sons is like a lot of their executives are going to be there because they're prior Kappas.
Yep.
So he goes there, he runs into Janice again and kind of listens on to the conversation in the bathroom where she's like talking about her type. But meanwhile, Janice's friend is taking a dump.
You're talking to her friend in the stall who's pooping.
And unfortunately, Marlon Wayans can smell it. His super senses are smelling it while he's listening it, right? Oh man. And so like, what's it called? Well, okay, actually before that, when he's in the fraternity, he runs into Randall again. And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were a Kappa man, Daryl." And he's like, "Actually, I'm not because, you know, David said I couldn't be." It's all this nonsense. You can. Everybody here in favor of Daryl becoming a Kappa, say aye. And
right, and everybody there is like, "Oh, we got to go with Randall because you know
he's a bigwig."
He's a bigwig.
And that pisses David Spade off. But like he runs into Janice after she gets out of the bathroom, and he's laying it on thick. He's like, "You know me, I'm just a super humble guy."
Right, kind of parroting all the stuff that she was talking about. She wants from the guy.
And she's like kind of impressed that he's back there again after he got humiliated. But he's like, "You know me, I'm just I know what I want, and you know my pride doesn't matter." Because if that's the only way I can get it, I'm going to get it.
Yep.
And so she's like, "All right, well, I'm going to go." But he's like, "Okay, I'll walk you home." As they're walking out, though, the other girl that was dancing the other night, she, she kind of, touches Daryl a little bit on the shoulder. A little flirty.
Right. Because now, like, she's getting more and more impressed by his...
tenacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they're walking home, they're flirting, they're having, Daryl's like kind of talking about his life. He's like, like my dad left a long time ago, so I've been kind of having to try to help my mom hold everything together. And my mom, she's so proud, but she feels bad she can't do this and that for me, even though like I'm making it out here, right? And she's like, "Oh wow, that's so hot that you're struggling." And Daryl's like, all of a sudden he starts sniffing the air, and then he finds a flower in this, what's it called, wheelbarrow bin. And she's like, "How did you know that?" He's like, sometimes, the most beautiful thing is covered in shit. Not those words exactly, but that sentiment, right? But like they get to her spot and she's like, I kind of almost want to break my rule about kissing on the first date. And he's like, "Oh, this is a date?" She's like, "No, but like, just planning for the future." And he's hot. He's like so excited. He's like doing that little Jiminy Cricket little heel tap. It's all Daryl, right? The next morning, he's like, goes back to the coach. He's like, "Hey, come on, coach, put me in." Coach is like, "How did you learn how to skate like that?" He's like, "I watched some Olympic stuff." And now Daryl's like a Hall of Famer goalie.
Yeah.
He's absolutely killing it on the ice. And then it kind of like switches over to him actually playing the first game of the season. But the announcer is like one of the characters from Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the chubby security guy.
Chubby cop guy, yeah.
And they're like not excited about this sport. Or at least their home team. They're like, here we're starting a new season with Stratford. Hopefully we score a goal this season. But I'm not going to put my hopes too high. It's like,
Hopefully we score a goal this season.
but Daryl is putting out a fucking show out there.
Right.
Nothing.
Between Tim LaFleur scoring a few points and Daryl stopping everything that comes back there.
Yeah, like I was like, oh my god, that guy's like the Great Wall of China out there. Nothing. And the puck is the Mongolians. Yeah, and so and then who comes out to watch him play? Janice.
Yep.
So he's high.
And she's all, and then when he's doing really well, she's like, "That's my man.
That's my baby." And so everything is coming up Daryl at this point. He is super excited. Like everything that he's doing to thwart David Spade's character is working, right? And like one time, Tim kind of walks in on him taking his drugs,
Right.
and he's like, "Oh my god, he's a junkie." And like Tim he's such a golden retriever kind of guy because he's so worried about his friend.
Yep.
And he's kind of like, man, there's something going on with him. He's like a different person. And so he starts kind of like slowly collecting books about like junkies.
Right. He's got the little pamphlet of like how to confront a friend who's on drugs.
You know, and him and Janice's relationship are flourishing really well to the point where he brings her home.
Yeah.
To meet his like family.
Yep.
And like he's like kind of like not harassing his little brothers, but he's like, hey, he's doing his like big brother duties. And he's like, hey, mom said, I heard mom on the phone talking about how your grades are bad. I'm gonna fuck you up. And he's like, all right, man, here, how about every A you get, I'll give you a quarter. He's like, oh my god, a quarter? Haven't you ever heard of inflation?
But he also smells the other brother and he's like, have you been smoking?
I can smell the menthol all over you. So pretty bad. Pretty bad things that are happening to his little two brothers. So he's trying to stay on top of it. And Janice is like, oh god, he's so masculine.
Right. Like losing all the stuff he's doing for his family.
Yeah, like
Hottie.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so everything's going right for him. And so one day he's like, you know what? I could take 2 doses.
Right. Well, because then it's the big hockey game that the group of people who are on the board are all gonna go watch.
Well, so first they're going to go to the Knicks game.
Oh, yes.
Right? But so like the morning that he takes 2, because he's like, I'm amazing on 1 dose. What will 2 doses do?
Yeah.
And
then every time, a number of times he's gone to like refill his like prescription with the doctor, and the doctor's always like, make sure you just take exactly as prescribed, Don't veer off this.
Yeah, don't overload your system. And like the night before, when he's like Tim is trying to talk to him, he's like, hey man, I'm really worried about you. You're all of a sudden you're fucking a Hall of Famer goalie and all that stuff. Like, and he's like, yo, chill, relax, man. It's just my medicine. I'm not doing drugs. But then the next morning after when Tim wakes up, Marlon is Daryl is on the floor. His body's not listening to him. Senses are shutting off one after another.
Right.
Like indiscriminately without any warning. So he goes to the professor. He's like, "Oh my god, his like tongue isn't working." And he's like, "Why did you? I told you only one dose. Why did you take two?" And he's like, I thought it'd be okay. Oh, hold on, I can't see anything anymore.
Right. So it turns out that it's when you've overdosed, your body is trying to compensate for the amount. So it's turning off like senses completely. Like you're like, oh, to make your ears work, your eyes turn off. To make your eyes work, your
like your tongue your taste turns off.
Yeah.
You're like, you know, like to make your taste work, we gotta turn off your pain receptors, your feelings. So it's bad, right? It's so bad because he first he goes to the fraternity, and David Spade is making some god awful concoction. He calls it like, I don't know, hell's diarrhea juice or whatever, and Marlon downs it because he can't taste. This is the most convenient part.
He's like,
for him.
This is pretty bland.
Yeah. This is the most convenient part for him because, and then David Spade's like, oh, to forge, functioning societal men, you have to feel the pain. And he starts slapping, he starts paddling Marlon Wayans or Daryl.
Yep.
And he's like, don't feel it.
Your mom spanks me harder than that.
But then he goes to the Knicks game.
Yeah.
And the Knicks game is not the game that you want to fuck up at, right? Because now he's like talking to a bunch of executives, and they're even talking to one of the clients that they're trying to bag, who's played by the guy from Cheers, I believe. And you know,
he is another recognizable face.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's not
I
Cheers.
don't think it's not George Wendt, but it is a
very recognizable actor.
Yeah.
And oh god, he stumbles so bad. He stumbles so bad in this portion, and Randall is at this point mad. He's like, I can't believe you fucked that up.
Right. The only thing that you got lucky is that the representative from that firm is a 3/4 pig.
Yeah,
he's like, but I don't ever want to see you act like that again in front of the board.
Yeah. He's like, and the only thing you have left for you right now is that hockey game.
Yeah.
So don't mess up the hockey game. So when he gets home, he's like obviously feeling down on himself, but then all of a sudden he hears a knock on the door, and it is the dancing girl.
Yeah.
Who is Janice's sorority sister. And in my head, I was like, you can't really blame the drugs for this, because he lets it go too far.
Right.
Because she's like, I've seen you, and you've been putting in work, and you're fine. So they're almost gonna do it.
Yeah. Right. If he wasn't losing senses, they would have been.
Yeah. And it's so bad because, like, well, she leaves because he's acting all sorts of crazy. She's like, this is too crazy. Like, you fine and you on the up and up, but this is not. If it's weird now, it's gonna get weirder later. He gets left on the floor, like pants around his ankles, and Janice comes.
Yep.
And he's like, it's not what it looks like, baby. He's like, oh, what does it look like? We didn't do it. Why are you naked? He's like,
he's like, we didn't do it because I couldn't get it up.
Oh my god. It's like the worst fucking thing that he could say. And so she's like, wow, you really fed me your sob story, and I hate myself that I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. You're fucking gross.
Yep.
You're so gross. And it kind of like everything's kind of crashing down on him. And so, like, and so he decides, he's like, I'm not going to take the drug no more. and I need to rest like these next couple of days just to flush it out of my system because that's what the doctor said.
Right. Yeah. Doctor said it usually takes 2 or 3 days for it to flush out. And he's like, how will I know? And they'll be like, you'll know. You'll know when it's gone.
You'll know, right? And so like he's like, I gotta get ready for this debate. So he goes over to Tim in like this punk rock cafe. Meanwhile, David Spade, he has to get ready for the debate, and his father got him a bunch of financial advisors.
Yeah.
And so they're both studying, but like meanwhile, like Tim, awesome friend. Like they should be lifelong friends after this, right?
Definitely.
Because he's helping him study, you know. Meanwhile, David Spade is not taking this seriously at all. He's like, my dad is the owner of a major bank in New York, so this should really be in the bag for me. So I don't have to really know the reasons why things are the way they are. I just need to know like the answer, not the why to the answer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Marlon Wayans, he's getting every nook and cranny of that book. He's like, I need to find examples. I need to know why these examples are why. He's asking the why. And so, like, the next morning, he's trying to get ready, but then all of a sudden, his senses for his sight goes off, and some homeless dude robs him of his clothing, which I was like, I feel like he could have fought harder to get robbed ass naked.
Yeah, because at that point he couldn't see. That was the sense that was gone. And he asked the homeless guy, hey, can you help me get to the front of this building? And the guy's like, why? You can't see? He's like, nope. And he's like, here, I got a shortcut for us. He's like, oh, so glad I found somebody helpful.
No, he gets robbed ass naked. Goes into like this like mom and pop suit shop, and she's telling the guy, I just got robbed. I got an interview I need to go to. I got $50 in my sock. Can you help me out? I'm ass naked. And he turns around and shows his ass. He's like, oh my God. Gee, all right, I got you. And proceeds to put him in some Jefferson's like 1970s pimp outfit.
Pimp suit. Yep. Golden purple.
Yeah.
A little bit shiny.
Yeah, it's like metallic fabric. But before he goes into the thing, he goes to take a piss. And that's when the medicine finally drains out of his system.
Yeah.
He like pisses like like neon green piss.
Right. Yep.
And he pisses on himself. So I was like, Jesus Christ. So when he gets there, he has like this sweat stain. But and sorry. Actually, before this, he tries to go back to Janice to try to explain to himself, and that's when he finds out that Randall is Janice's father. And again proceeds to say the wrong thing. She's like, oh, your mom's black. Which I was like, I feel like you don't have to say that. But he's like, Randall's like, oh my God, you're dating my daughter after you've been acting this way, because he had a poor performance at the hockey game as well. So it's just bad. It's just bad all around. So Randall's like, I think you're not the junior executive I thought you could have been.
Yeah.
So they go to this, they go to like this final interview, and like contestants are getting knocked left and right because now Daryl has full capacity of his body.
Yeah.
And so he's able. He's petered out. So now he's able to think straight. He's answering all these questions right, and it gets to a point where it's just him and David Spade, and they ask the question to the answer that they both like studied for, but David Spade never got the why to the answer. Yeah. So he fumbles that answer, and he's like, I don't know why it would, but I know it would.
Right, because he studied for I will know the answers to the multiple choice, and Wayne's was like, I will know the answer to the essay questions.
Yeah. Exactly. And so yeah, like Daryl's finally able. He kind of clears David Spade. He's like he tells why the answer would be this. And so the board is super impressed, and they're like, "Thank you, Daryl. I think we have our junior executive." And so like everyone's cheering. David Spade's dad is super fucking pissed, and Janice comes because Tim gets her.
Yep.
And he's doing his speech about like why he's so thankful, but then he looks at Janice. He's like, "I can't accept the position because I was a participant in an experimental drug, and I feel like I didn't earn it."
Right.
And so the board is like, "Well, now we have to discuss what's going to happen." And so like they're all outside worrying. David Spade gets dragged out by his ear. He's like, "You're cut off." He's like, "Oh, but Daddy." And Randall comes over to Daryl. He's like, "Hey, listen, man. It looks like we're not going to have a junior executive, but I think I have something for you." And he's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Well, did you think I started off as a junior executive?" And
he's like, "Of course I did.
Yeah,
of
course you did." And he's like, "No." And like Janice is like, "No, my dad started off in the mailroom and worked his way up." Which I was like, in today's climate, whatever. But he's like, "Daryl, how about you start in the mailroom, and then after a year, we can move you up to junior executive."
Yep.
And so, like, a year passes by. Everybody's at this party celebrating Daryl's graduation to junior executive. We see Tim. He's all Afrocentric now.
Yo.
Is he dating the girl that was the dancer?
Yes.
And Daryl's like looking at the camera like, "Shut it off. Shut it off." And the movie ends there. Oh, and him and Janice are still together, so.
Yes.
All right, let's go to our other section. High star, low star.
So we got a 10 out of 10. I haven't laughed this hard and this long for a long time. The first time I saw this movie, I was 11 years old, and I remember that there were lots of laughs throughout the movie. Now I'm 29, and my 38-year-old brother came over to visit, and I suggested that we watch this movie again, and that there was probably a 10-minute period in the movie when the drug first kicked in, when we were both screaming and laughing with tears in our eyes. Isn't that what comedy movies are supposed to be? Don't let the low ratings fool you. This movie can seriously make you roll on the floor laughing. Don't hesitate to give it a shot.
And then not a lot of 1 out of 10s. So I was actually kind of surprised. But we do have one. 1 out of 10. Pathetic. Senseless is a tragedy film with one character being the center of attention. Throw in a stupid plot about a new drug, add a subplot about trying to get a job, and why not pluck a few good characters out of the bag and throw it into this film to make a horrible movie. Marlon Wayans as Witherspoon is not funny at all. All he does is scream, cry, run, and itch his butt. David Spade was totally useless as the evil villain Scott, who was nothing but a big dork. And we have the wonderful Matthew Lillard playing some junkie thug. I was like, he wasn't a junkie at all. Now,
right.
The start of the film is okay with Marlon running around doing errands, trying to raise money for his mom and his college education by giving blood multiple times and working as an equipment manager, but the film falls apart like a rock. No funny jokes at all. Marlon's outbursts are the most idiotic thing. Spade is totally a fucking nerd. And the girlfriend is just thrown in for some zest, which burns the suck fire brighter. Avoid this film at all costs. Don't bother. You will get dumber by watching the movie. It's pathetic. 1 out of 10. That's pretty harsh.
It's pretty rough.
But he loves Matthew Lillard, though. No, know, man. Like, how do you call him a junkie when, like, at the very first meeting, he's like, no drugs, no alcohol, and no sex.
Right. And then when he thinks that Marlon is a junkie, he's like the one who like rescues him, basically.
Yeah, he tries to save
He just
him.
does the intervention, and
Which is like a funny part that I kind of glazed over, but they try to shoot him up with some adrenaline because they think he OD'd after finding him with his pants around his ankles.
he just got kicked in the nuts, and so he passed out.
And like one of the girls, as Matthew Lillard is like holding him, she's like, "You better watch out. He's gonna shit himself." He's like, "Oh shit! Oh, this is not a great position to be in." I think there's like, so the movie is obviously dated,
Right.
right? The humor is a little bit dated. You kind of had to be around there for that time, just because it is a lot of like slapsticky humor. But you know, it's not as like vulgar as it could have been. It was vulgar with the fart jokes, but that's prime 90s jokes.
Right.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this movie could have easily been way more vulgar. It could have probably put like nudity into it, but it was like this is almost PG-ish, if not for the drugs.
Right. Maybe it certainly wasn't R.
Yeah. But like, yeah, and then, like, I think the characters are all pretty well balanced out. Janice does feel kind of just like a throw-in, like the love interest.
Yeah. Oh, it was a rated R movie.
Was it? Oh my gosh. Well, in today's standards, this would be almost PG. Maybe, yeah. Maybe back then it was. I don't remember it being rated R. But yeah, like a pretty but like in today's terms, it's a pretty tame movie. You know, and I feel like a lot of the characters are pretty likable, especially with Matthew Lillard as like the supportive roommate.
Yeah, no, I thought he did great. That's why I was like, how did he not get like a little bit higher billing on this?
Right, at least on the cover.
to me, he played a bigger, more essential role than the girl did. And then that, like, when they're like, she's kind of like the throw-in love interest, just to make some jokes off of. Yeah,
and to pad the time just a little bit with their scenes, just because this movie is a tight hour 30.
Yeah,
and so yeah.
But it was still fun. I'm like, there was still jokes around it, you know.
Yeah, I think I feel like he did a lot with the super senses that he got, but I think they could have done a little bit more, because a lot of it was just like, like smell and taste sensory jokes.
Right, yeah.
I mean, so if this is like rated, since this was rated R, they should have had one. Oh no, they did. When he was he was about to have sex with that one girl, he like comes too early.
Oh, yes. And then they have the follow-up joke of the next day when he's at the sperm bank with like a 5-gallon jug, and he's like, "How much if I could fill this?"
Yeah, man. And like Kitty's like, "Oh my gosh, I don't think you can donate sperm with the drugs in you."
That's true. That's
See,
true.
That would have been the next step.
Super Babies. Yes, that's your sequel.
Yeah. But you probably have to do, or like, he's been taking the drug for a month, so his body chemistry is a little bit different. Now his sperm is super sensed. Oh my god! Just imagine if he like impregnated a woman under that. She'd be like having like an octomom.
Right.
Jesus Christ! What if all the now that's the horror movie. His sperm impregnates every egg in her. Oh my gosh! That would have been the body horror movie that they could have went with.
I do like that after the Reanimator came out,
Yeah.
Every mysterious drug from a secret lab always was that same glow in the dark.
Green, neon green, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Secret of the
Yeah.
Ooze.
Yep, it was the
This
whole
movie.
the whole 90s was all the same chemical.
Like, all right, I'm up for making money. Like I don't know if I'd ever do it. Like, did you ever do an experimental drug study?
I did not.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have to. Kobe was a nepo baby for university.
But I did sell blood.
Yeah, but that was like, for like fun time. No, that's fun time money.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
I got close to a couple, but I was like, I don't know if I want to take drugs. That's, not approved yet by the FDA. I don't with my luck,
Never drugs. I remember I did some like studies where like you had to try and review like different foods and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And like watch movies or like watch commercials and like rate them and stuff. So I did some of that kind of stuff, but
yeah, those are like
never
it called?
drugs.
Like concentrated groups or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm talking about like try this drug. Yeah, I think I got close to a couple. I was like, oh my god, it's 5,000, and then my head was like, nah, they want 5,000, but I don't know what it's gonna do to me. And then with my luck, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the worst it can get. I'm like, I'll shit out my anus.
I did volunteer to be in a group of for vaccine for COVID when before the vaccine came out, they were doing trials
Oh, you
on
did that?
people. I volunteered to, but there was too many white males at my age already approved. They were looking for other demographics.
They're like, I'm sorry, man. We reach our right dude or quota. You're
Yep.
fine. But yeah, I think this is just like, it's a fine movie. Because for me, I'm revisiting this movie, and so it is a little bit dated. Like the jokes are like very of the time. I think you could still kind of get away with these, but like slapstick humor isn't as popular as it used to be.
It's not, and I miss it. Like when I go back to these old movies, that's still half the part, like half the fun of watching them is like,
Yeah, it's almost like all the things that they used to do. It's almost like intrusive thoughts feeling.
Yeah.
Like especially with like Ace Ventura talking out of your butt. I mean, Jesus, how many people did that in the 90s?
right. It was 3 years of ass talking after that movie came out.
Now, you were like in your early 20s, maybe
Yeah.
late teens when Ace Ventura came out. Did you talk with your butt?
Of course.
Is like, was it like with a roommate, or was it like
It's just with friends. And it was great. It was with like 5 guys. We're all hanging out and we're all talking with our asses.
Yeah, but I feel like you had the loaded gun. You were eating a lot of cheese.
I was more fit back then, and I have a very even though my belly has gotten bigger, I have this little tiny like froggy butt. So like that was
You got Hank Hill butt.
I can Hank Hill butt. Yes.
I know. I've been trying to work on mine. I was like, I gotta plump this up. I need the BBL accusations. Oh,
I'm like,
man.
I need a belt because if I jump too much, my pants is gonna fall down. And I got no butt to hold it up.
Oh man, but yeah, we're coming up to our hour. I just want to go ahead and thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check all of our other months down below where we have other specific actor months, not just the Wayne's Dynasty. We also have sci-fi themed months with space months and things in space months and things that'll kill you in space months, I think. But we do our reviews in 4 different sections. We add stream it, DVD it, Blu-ray, and the Ultimate Box Collection. Kobe, where you at?
If we did like a Wayne's Brother Ultimate Box, I don't know how you say no to that. Because even their bad movies are pretty decent.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you get extra with Blu-ray.
Yeah, I can't see much being offered in Blu-ray.
That is way better than streaming. I would like to own it so that, I could show it to people, and goofy enough that you just throw it on in the background and just let it play.
Yeah.
So yeah. And not like, even though we said it's not raunchy enough that like it really cuts anybody out. And I feel like this is still be like every 12-year-old would laugh their ass off at this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, so we'll go 13-year-old. That way we can make it PG-13.
Yeah, exactly. So are you going DVD with this one?
Yeah, I'll go DVD with this.
Yeah, I'd probably go DVD as well, just because even though Marlon Wayans acts like really outlandish in this, it's probably one of his more tamer performances in a comedy movie.
Right, it is.
Like versus his roles like in Little Man or was it the haunting parodies, the paranormal parodies, where he's
Classic.
just super out there. So I think it's fun. I think
I did read a weird like thing that the writers kept rewriting the story as the movie was going on.
Oh, okay.
And so that the director, Penelope Spheres, she like just absolutely hates this movie because she couldn't keep up with the amount of rewrites.
Oh, man, how many rewrites do you need for this movie? It's pretty cut and dry, right?
Right. It was like, I guess it was like as it went along, it was like they kept coming up with new ideas and they'd be like, oh, well, you have to change like this part of it because this new idea is going to be funny. And she was not the person to be directing.
Yeah.
To go along with that.
A lot of improv and all that stuff. She's probably much more of like an organized, these are our shoots, let's do it, versus like on the fly.
Yeah.
I can see why this movie feels a little disjointed as well. But I want to go ahead and thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check all of our links down below where we have all of our social medias.
We got our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, X, Threads, TikTok, YouTube. We're on everything.
Talk to us on everything.
Pick one and like us.
Yeah.
I would say TikTok. TikTok, we put the most. You can actually see our faces.
Yeah.
And then X is probably the thing that's easiest to post on. So I post on that more often than anything else. But I try to post on everything every time we have a new episode drop.
Yep. Want to go ahead and thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watched This. If you guys want to check out the theme music, it is Leo Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music Podcast 3, and the Bandcamp is down below.
Oh,